7 out of 10 people who click on a video will leave before the 30-second mark. If those first viewers drop off, the algorithm interprets the content as a failure and stops recommending the video to anyone else. We are going to examine the specific psychological triggers and structural patterns used by top creators to stabilize their retention graphs and keep audiences engaged until the final frame. This chart shows a massive 90% disparity between custom thumbnails and auto-generated ones. You must win the click-through rate battle with optimized packaging before the viewer ever sees a single second of the actual content. Jimmy Donaldson, known as Mr. Beast, manages this process through a strict visual formula: high-emotion faces making direct eye contact, vivid lighting, and neon color contrasts designed to stand out on mobile screens. Faster, more urgent tone. Once the viewer clicks, the first 3 seconds deliver a high-energy visual from the video's climax, shown completely out of context. This drops you directly into the action without the delay of a slow intro or a channel logo. In a swipe-based environment, these opening seconds prioritize immediate sensory engagement. By leading with movement or a startling reveal, creators prevent the viewer from returning to the home feed. Survival past the initial shock depends on the curiosity gap. This is a psychological mechanism where a creator presents a compelling question or incomplete information, prompting the brain to seek the resolution. This audience retention graph shows the fatal 30-second cliff, where most viewers lose their viewers. Holding the green line steady at 80% requires the creator to withhold the payoff promised in the thumbnail. When you delay the delivery of this information, you create an open loop. Viewers keep watching to satisfy that tension. The opening of a video manufactures psychological tension, compelling the viewer to stay until they reach the resolution. Even with a strong hook, viewer fatigue begins to set in after 60 seconds. As the novelty wears off, the brain naturally starts to drift toward other options in the sidebar. To counter this, creators use pattern interrupts. This technique involves injecting a new visual or auditory stimulus every few seconds to reset the viewer's attention. These interrupts include B-roll cuts, camera angle shifts, or on-screen graphics. Each change signals to the brain that there is new information to process, preventing it from tuning out repetitive visuals. Long-form videos are structured as a series of modular blocks. Each segment functions like a mini-story with its own setup and payoff. Deploying a rule change every few minutes jolts the retention graph, creating a new reason to stay exactly when interest would wane. This pacing is the result of calculated timing. It manages the viewer's focus by constantly resetting the environment before they have the chance to leave. Pacing alone isn't enough to sustain deep engagement. To keep viewers watching for 20 minutes or longer, a video must anchor them with high-arousal human emotions. This literature review from an engineering and technology journal identifies awe, anger, and nostalgia as the primary drivers of digital virality. These emotions motivate users to engage more deeply and share content more frequently. This chart tracks emotional responses. Try-on hauls and challenges score as high as 85, outperforming tutorials. Awe and anger generate high arousal engagement, stimulating rapid sharing or heated discussions. Nostalgia encourages personal resonance, leading to longer view durations as viewers interact with past experiences. The algorithm translates the depth of this emotional experience into data points. By measuring how long you stay and how often you return, the system determines its total reach. One of the most common mistakes is the deflated ending. Using phrases like "thanks for watching" tells the viewer the value has ended, causing them to click away before the video officially finishes. The most effective approach is to deliver the promised payoff rapidly while viewer tension is at its peak. This resolves the curiosity gap and ensures the highest possible completion rate. Short-form creators often use the infinite loop, where the final frame transitions seamlessly back into the first. This creates a visual experience that appears to have no beginning or end. These rewatches can push average view duration above 100%. This sends a massive positive signal to the recommendation system, indicating that the content has successfully fulfilled its promise. Long-form videos use microhooks at the end to suggest a related topic. This pushes the viewer directly into the next recommended video, securing the total session time the algorithm rewards. Dominating the algorithm is a synthesis of human behavioral management and data. By engineering a specific response from the viewer, you ensure the machine promotes the content to a wider audience.